Hey, so I just got done doing a masterclass teaching people with ADHD how to create content consistently. And so, what I'm going to do in these videos is actually go through the process of what I teach students on how to make videos consistently on social media, but specifically YouTube. And so, what better way to showcase how the system works than showing from scratch or from the ground up how it works on a brand new YouTube channel, which is what the channel you're watching right now. But on top of that, I'm also doing a couple other things. One is you'll notice I'm actually recording on my phone right now. Um, I'm growing out my hair too, so I like don't even look the best, but it doesn't matter because I'm not procrastinating. I'm not using these excuses as a method of procrastination, right? The other thing you'll notice is that, well, you might not know this, but I actually ran a video production company doing high-end cinematic videos for luxury real estate agents and development properties and all that. So I have the skills and the knowledge to create really awesome, compelling videos, which I might show some here. But guess what? I'm not using any of that equipment. I have cinema grade equipment and I'm not going to use it because I'm going to choose intentionally to show people that you don't need the fancy equipment to make videos like this. Now, there are some tools to, obviously, I know that audio plays a big quality in content. And so there are some tools now with AI. You can optimize this quality of video. So I'll show you here an example of what this sounds like on the iPhone right now. But this is what it sounds like when you have these audio filters turned on. So way better. And again, it's never been an easier time. It's something that I taught these students. Never been an easier time to start a YouTube channel and be consistent when you have ADHD. So this is day one or week one of this channel. And throughout it, you're going to learn how to create content consistently when you have ADHD, why your brain decides not to cooperate when you want it to cooperate, and how to fix that, right? And how to actually become a full-time content creator when you have ADHD. So like I said, this is week one of 12. Every week, I'm just going to post an update because I believe it just takes 90 days for you to build the muscles necessary to actually post consistently. So that's why I'm doing this as a series, but I'm also going to be posting other videos as well. But I want to leave you guys with some clips or some knowledge of what I taught these people at the ADHD masterclass. So I'm going to play that right now. All right, so in this next part, I'm actually going to put a snippet of a part of the masterclass that I talked about that I think would be really helpful for a lot of people to understand, especially if you have ADHD and you're trying to become a content creator, okay? So I want to talk about the struggles of having ADHD and trying to be a content creator, okay? So you're watching this video right now because you are an aspiring content creator with ADHD. You're here because you tried creating content before, probably more than once. And every single time you try, you either can't start, can't stay consistent, or just quit. Here's the typical pattern I see in ADHD creators. A piece of content or idea sets off a spark. You watch 8+ videos for inspiration and now you feel ready to go. You sit down to write, but now you go completely blank. You don't know what to talk about, how to script, how to structure, etc. So you go on YouTube and find some videos teaching you how to make YouTube videos. And now you spend 3+ hours trying to figure it out while doing some light multitasking, if you know what I mean. Hours later, almost nothing is on the page. Whatever is on the page doesn't feel right. Like now you start to overthink and doubt yourself. Like, am I even doing this the right way? Am I even going to be a creator? And you finally get frustrated, quit, or post once and disappear. You fall off the face of the earth. And on top of that, every time this happens, you create a reinforcing loop. Every time I try, I fail. Every time I try, I fail. For ADHD brains, this loop becomes debilitating. And this is not your fault. This is because those systems were built for neurotypical brains and not for yours. And today, I'm going to show you why that keeps happening and how to fix it. Okay. But before I do, I want to talk about an advantage that I think a lot of creators with ADHD have. Okay. This is what I call the unfair advantage that ADHD brains have that makes them more optimized to become the best content creators. So we are in a time right now where it has never been easier to create content, right? This is especially true for people with ADHD. We all know that AI can help us in different facets of work and life, including content creation. We've all used ChatGPT and other models to generate ideas, create scripts, etc. The problem is that those outputs are vague, generic, and obviously AI written. Anyone can use those tools to make scripts, but those videos are usually subpar at best and get ignored by the algorithm. The real advantage here is for people with ADHD. Our superpower is that we can create the freshest, most innovative, most novel ideas in a room, but our weakness is that we usually can't execute those ideas all the way through or stay consistent. That's a catch 22 right there. But there is a different way. I'm going to teach you how to use AI to create high quality ideas, scripts, and videos that sound exactly how you would write them. And this is exactly what this channel is for, to teach you how to leverage tools like this, specifically when you have ADHD. This eliminates the parts that we hate and leaves us only with the parts that our brain loves: ideation, creativity, flow, novelty. This turns our disability, quote unquote, into a super ability when you combine ADHD with the right AI systems. So I want to teach some frameworks, but in this video, I only want to go through one framework specifically right now that I think is the most important. If you're going to get anything out of this video, it's going to be at least this one part here. And this is how to start the right way. There are a gazillion strategy steps and systems I can show you how to optimize your brain for content creation, right? But to not overwhelm you, I'm going to teach you 3 frameworks you can implement today. And again, for this video's purpose, it's just going to be one. And this is the one: content mission. The number one reason people with ADHD get stuck is not a lack of ideas, it's a lack of direction. Your brain is trying to answer too many questions at the same time. Who am I talking to? What's my niche? What makes me different? What should I even say? And when your brain tries to process all of that at once, it just shuts down. And here's what makes it even worse. Most of us have busy lives, right? We have work, kids, running a business, whatever it is. But with ADHD, focus context switching is hard. You can't just jump from daily life into content creation mode. Your brain needs to feel primed for it first. It needs a hit of dopamine just to get started. So what do you do to prime your brain? Social media, of course. So you open social media looking for that spark of motivation, and what do you see? Different types of content from different creators and different niches, right? And your brain goes like, ooh, I should do what that person does, and that person, and that person. And now you want to be 15 different creators at the same time. This is what your brain loves, aka novelty, something new, something fresh, always coming up with ideas. The problem is that once you have all these ideas written down or in your head, nothing happens with them. That's the wrong approach for ADHD brains. You'll either burn out trying to copy everyone, or worse, you won't even start because the direction is all over the place. And this is what the content mission solves. This is what I want you guys to do today. It's a single source of truth for who you are or who you want to become as a creator. You need an identity-based brand. Identity-based brands are sustainable. Chasing trends and copying others leads to burnout. Okay, but I know exactly what you're thinking. What if I have so many different interests? How do I pick just one? Well, thank you for asking. Here's a simple reframe. The mistake people make is thinking identity-based brands means just picking one topic. It doesn't. It means picking a consistent perspective, voice, personality, and set of values that you bring to any topic you touch. Let's make this even easier to understand, okay? Think about your 6 to 8 favorite interests and find what all of them have in common, okay? Not the topics, but the why behind the interests. Start thinking about, why are you interested in this, 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 and this? Just figure out and try to identify why. Most of the time, there's a common thread running through all of it. So as an example, to paint this picture even clearer, someone who's excited about fitness, cooking, time management, and travel isn't really in 4 different niches. You might just be obsessed with optimization and living fully. That is your true identity. That is your content mission. And you can make your content around that. So you are not caged into one identity, especially when you have all of these different interests. The niche is just the vehicle, right? The identity is why people keep coming back to watch you. they are in love with you. They resonate with you and your values and what you think and how you do things. There are so many ways. There are so many creators out there making the same exact video on credit card hacks, on travel, on losing weight. But you'll notice that there's enough for everyone. A new creator pops up, and then there's a ton of people flooding that direction because those people really, really resonate with that specific person. All the content might be the same. They're going after the person, how they talk, how they speak, the way they articulate themselves, the way they communicate, the way that they present themselves, their quirks, their features, their personality, all of that. Whatever makes you you, that is exactly how you're going to base your content mission out of. Okay. That is your identity. So in a Google Doc, you need to write the answer to these 4 questions. Okay. Who are you as a human before being a creator? What do you want to be known for? Who are you serving? And what is your expertise or unfair advantage? Okay. Once you have the answers to your content mission, everything else gets simpler. Okay, guys. So if you're doing this at home, you can, like I said, open up a Google Doc and just start writing out the answers to those 4 questions. One thing I would do personally is, I have an app where I can voice storm, and then I will take that voice storming session, put it into a Dropbox, copy the transcript, and then paste it on there. It's way easier for me. I hate writing personally, so using a phone is way better for me. Just whatever makes it easier, right? These are tips and tricks that we teach some of our students. But what I'm going to do is, because we actually have a full platform that I built around this, exactly everything that I teach and all of that, with the power of AI, all of it is done for you. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to answer my content mission using my platform. And that's how I'm going to do my first step. But I want you guys to start understanding, when you have ADHD, that you have to start with your why. You have to start with what you're doing this for. You have to understand who you are as a person, all of these things. And once you have that single thread, the common thread that you can tie into everything, things get a lot more clearer for us. And that clarity is what helps us push through to the next step. The fact that we are not feeling so overwhelmed because we feel, if I go too much in this direction, then I can't go into this direction about talking about space when I'm talking about plants. So that is one of those things that psychologically holds us back, is because we can never end into a conclusion. And because of that, we never make any decision. Okay. And so I want to I want to leave this video off with you guys starting to create your content mission. And throughout the next couple of weeks and the videos that I post here, I really want to share some of these strategies and some of the steps that you guys can take to make content creation so much easier for you when you have ADHD. And like I mentioned before, you'll notice here, I'm actually filming this in my webcam because, like I said, I am going to be just using the cheapest and the most convenient equipment that I can use. Instead of using my Sony cinema camera, I'm using the webcam that's already attached to my computer that I already have, right? And I'm using this software that's free called OBS in order to do the switches of screens and add myself. Very easy. You can kind of YouTube it if you want. And yeah, and so hopefully you guys follow this channel, get some information out of this, and actually implement some of these steps. And hopefully I'll see some of you guys inside of the Wired Creator Studio Accelerator or the platform. I'm looking forward to seeing everyone and what they're building. So if you want to just write in the comment section below who you are, where you're from, and what exactly you're making content about or what your channel's about, I'd love to just get to know you guys. By the way, one thing I forgot to mention is that I'm also doing this in the middle of moving into a new house. As you can see, we have a total mess. We haven't even moved in fully. So I'm going to be building this channel, doing this thing consistently in the middle of a new home, moving into a new home, plus having a full-time marketing agency that I still run and I have clients to service. So this is to show you and just put it that, it's not that I have unlimited time, but I also have limited time, but I am creating the systems around it so that it is important to me and I make it happen. So if you feel like sometimes things get in the way, life happens, totally understand. That is why these systems are created, to be flexible around your schedule, around you, and around the way that your brain works. So again, it's just part of life, right? And so hopefully you guys get some value out of these videos. And yeah, subscribe and I'll see you guys on the next one.